starting this thing, and we seem to have gone live, probably. Hey everyone, hey there. And I really hope that you can see and hear us properly, and if it's not the case, just please let us know. Please let us know in the comments, in the live chat. It's on. We're checking all the messages the entire time, so if you see or hear any issues with the tech, with our tech setup, like video or audio, just let us know straight away. Also, hey everyone, and welcome to our weekly live stream, news digest, whatever, where we find and share all the interesting stuff that might be useful and entertaining to you guys from the design world, like everything that happened over the week. We just put together a brief digest, and we're always try to keep it up to 30 minutes, and it's become like a sort of our, you know, like special feature of our live stream. No, wait, this is our special feature because there is no I'm pretty sure there's no similar like live show where the host constantly try to stick to a certain time limit but never succeed. I mean,
okay,
this is laughable.
sounds
really,
like a stand-up.
This really is. Could you please set the timer? And I've just noticed that, like, I'm wearing everything black, even my chair. Like, dude, you could have kept at least the glasses, like something colorful, but no, let everything be black. Okay, gotta change the shirt next time. Yeah,
it's okay. It's fine with the shirt. So, the first
it's
piece
better
of
with
news
it
that
than without it.
yeah.
So let's start with yeah, irrelevant jokes. Let's start with the first article that we got here, and yeah, I just I opened it in quite an awkward way, but here it is. Here is the title: Security news. This week is about security. Why did I read security news? We're talking about Twitter this week, and why we decided to start off our stream with this particular article, this particular piece of news, is because it's so big. And last week, it's a like very ironically, last week we talked about the TikTok ban, right? We did.
Yeah,
we talked about the TikTok ban, where it was all about the security of data, the privacy, you know. And this week's piece of news also concerns your privacy and your, let's say, security, right?
right.
In a couple of words, what is the recap of what has happened with Twitter this week?
So 130 Twitter accounts have been hacked, but these were not just simple people, simple users accounts. These were Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Barack Obama, and a couple more people you might be knowing, you know. And actually, the reason to hack all of these people was to push a Bitcoin scam. So after these people were hacked, actually there were like tweets on their accounts that were telling something like we're sending out bitcoins or selling bitcoins or giving away bitcoins or something like that. And so people were confused because that was not a typical content any of these people was posting, obviously. And this exact piece of news that we've shared in the description to this live stream is a sort of an investigation which tells who might be behind this attack. And so, like a little spoiler, it says that this attack is now attributed to a hacker who goes by the name Kirk, and supposedly, allegedly, he somehow gained access to Twitter's admin panel by first getting into Twitter employees' Slack account. So Slack is also not secure.
Oh, wow.
That's the first conclusion, yeah, you should make from this post. And actually, there are more details to come out, and FBI is on it. But as you can see, like no one is safe, and even people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are under attack, and nothing is secure. And this is this is scary. We're living in a scary world where everybody can be hacked. You know, doesn't matter if you're just a regular user or a big someone on social media.
And among those accounts that were hacked, also like Apple, the official Apple account on Twitter. This is like wow. And I've just been showing people the tweets that they've been posting, like on the behalf of these people that they've hacked. It's like,
Yeah.
Like, wow, it really does look like, some Bitcoin scam. And it sounds like it, but did they manage to achieve anything by doing that? Or is it not known?
Well, as far as I know, nobody knows yet. Nobody knows so far because probably this is under investigation. But most likely, these Twitter accounts were just, returned to their, like, people gain control over their Twitter accounts, or the Twitter administration gained control over them, and so the attack was stopped. But I guess there's more news to come in the next weeks, so we'll follow the story and see how it results, what it results in, what's the outcome of it.
Yeah, but well, this is concerning, at least because Twitter is such a huge platform and has been for so many years, and this is why it is concerning. This is why it is sort of alarming, because like we already knew stuff about Facebook. Also, after that scandal, people stopped trusting their other apps like Instagram, like WhatsApp. Maybe there was no issue with these apps, but people, they just stopped, subsequently they just stopped trusting these apps because they're owned by the same company, by the same owners.
Yeah.
So, this can happen, and people will slowly start to realize that it's not that safe online, that your data, well, if you, the company, the platform says they will protect your data at all costs, it does not mean that stuff can't get hacked, because the technology evolves, and also evolve all the ways and all the tech and all the tools that could break that technology in some way to extract some info that might be needed by some bad people. Let's call them that way, not to say nasty words. Still, this is kind of upsetting, especially for the Twitter staff, especially for the people working on the platform. So we really share all our support to the team. We think they're doing wonderful job, and we hope that they're gonna resolve all the issues that are related to this hack and all the aftermath that will be happening for a while. People will be talking about this, will be making their own conclusions, and but we really hope that everything goes back to normal, and they try and prevent such attacks from happening in the future. Still, we've been 8 minutes in. How are we doing?
So, what are we doing? We're discussing the next piece of news, obviously.
Yeah. What is it?
So, it's the Design Week poll, and I actually picked it because the statistic seemed quite, well, it made me uneasy to read the statistic, and it seemed quite sad, because it says that after a poll among the designers, the design agencies, design businesses, 71% of design businesses worried about surviving in 2020. And actually, if you read and if you scroll down this article, it gives some more statistic, like 16% have lost all businesses. So can you imagine, they said that the survey attracted engagement from more than 380 readers. So that's kind of their reference group. And 16% of them, well, that's pretty much showing how disastrous the situation is right now, and how COVID has impacted the businesses and design as well. And well, what else is there's actually more statistic. We won't be boring you with the facts and figures and all of these numbers, but actually there are a lot of there's a lot of to be told about the different help that designers could get from the government. This is in the UK, by the way, not the US. And actually more than a half of respondents, it's about 52%, said that home working actually would be good to like they would be glad to stay at the home office and to work at the home office, not to go to the office. So obviously, work from home scheme, work from home tactic is the best tactic to survive the COVID for now. So that's kind of what I wanted to say about this piece of news. Exactly.
Okay, this is definitely interesting because they even stated this in the article, because the results are like they are split. It's first of all like about
Mm-hmm.
a half of all the people that that have been that have taken the survey, they haven't experienced any any effect in their work at all. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's said in the article that they just kept working with the same clients over the entire period of the pandemic, which is kind of, well, this is good news, because if it was like 100% of all the design businesses have lost their clients, this would be a disaster. So this is already good news, but this is still really, really bad for all the people who have experienced some, you know, fewer projects, lower salary, even who have lost their full-time employment or have lost their clients. This is disastrous, especially if you're a design studio and you get people to give a salary to, you got an office to rent. Well, no one rented offices now, I guess, but you got a lot of responsibilities, you got a lot of things that you need the money for, you need the constant money flow to keep all these things afloat, right? A lot of things, a lot of processes, right? When you're a freelancer, it's a little bit easier because you lost these clients. Well, I could go out and find some more. Sometimes this is an option. This was an option, and I personally know a couple of people who have gotten a lot more clients during the pandemic because they lost their old clients, and they were like, okay, I'm going to go out and find someone new, and they have gained more clients, better projects over this period of time just because they started being more active looking for something new. So I definitely have the opinion that some people have benefited from the pandemic in some way. It sounds horrible, I know, but they managed to make the best out of the situation. So there is nothing too bad about it. Good for them. But for the rest of the people, it really does depend. If your clients mostly were the people who have lost their main sources of income with all of these things, when all the local shops closed down, the restaurants, the travel businesses, all the resort venues, all of these things. And if you've been working closely with this pool of clients, then it's super bad. Feeling really sorry for you. This is actually the kind of people, the kind of businesses that have been impacted the most by this pandemic, at least for the first 1 or 2 months when the quarantine have been very, very strict in most of the countries. So that hit really hard. Also, as for the businesses, I can tell by the by the results that are presented in the article that a lot of people are really concerned what this entire thing is going to look like going into 2021. And well, the everything is changing. This is obvious, and now we in the nearest future we might be observing some very big changes in how we work in the IT industry, because I've been working in the IT industry for a while, so haven't been really involved into other areas that much to be able to talk about it, right? But it seems to me that in the nearest future we're going to change how we work with each other as a team, how we work with freelancers, how we work with outsourced workers, how we approach remote work, working from home. This is kind of obvious, and everyone has noticed that. Well, okay, so people, the productivity didn't go down that much when people went to the remote, switch to the remote work. It really hasn't gone down that much, which is interesting. So people are going to be encouraged to work from home more. Also, we're going to change how we approach advertising, I think, and how we build the reputation of the brands, right? Because a lot of companies and a lot of brands have been forced to change their model of their business, to change the services they provide, to change the rhetoric that they put out in terms of their marketing campaigns. They've been forced to do that, and some of them have succeeded because they actually went through with this. They just went into it and they changed, you know, everything. They switched everything around and they changed their business model to try and adjust to the current situation, and they succeeded. And we're going to see how this all evolves, right? And how long. It also depends on how long the quarantine is going to last. A lot of people are very skeptical as for when this is going to end, and there, you know, a lot of people are worried this might last for at least a year longer. And this feeling of uncertainty, I just feel that the numbers in this article, they shouldn't scare you that much. As for the predictions, because when things are unclear, when things are very ambiguous and we don't know anything for sure, this is, a lot of people tend to make rather negative predictions other than positive predictions, because if you expect the worst, you're going to be super happy when the best happens, right? Your expectations will not be shattered if you're kind of prepared for the worst scenario. So a lot of people are a bit pessimistic right now, just saying that the quarantine is going to last for at least a year, maybe longer, and who knows how this is going to change, that there's going to be a second wave, a third wave. There are only the predictions, because we do not know for sure. We can only observe the situation and see how else we can adjust and adapt to this situation, and to the people, to the freelancers at least, who are experiencing a downfall in the number of new incoming clients, new projects from the older clients. Just try and go out more, not in the physical sense, but online. Try maybe a new freelance platform, maybe join some team online that's recruiting people. Just try this out. There is a high chance this is going to work if you try and look for new opportunities. This is way better to just sit and wait until everything goes back to normal, because it's very likely that it will not happen very soon. So, okay, that's been quite a long ramble, and you should have stopped me earlier.
We go on? Yeah. 17
minutes. I mean,
I should be throwing things into the camera, maybe to make you notice.
Yes. Well, at least, is there a button on this video call thing that you can turn off you can turn off the other person that you're talking to, so they just stop talking?
I don't know. Okay, I suggest that we should move on to the article of the week.
Yes, please.
And
wait, article? Yeah. I thought it was a tool. Wait.
No.
What
actually,
is the
article of the week is the creative packaging design ideas. But I don't insist. I just
wait. I'm gonna go look for the article, because I lost it.
Sent it to you via Skype.
Yeah,
just
thanks. That's
just a few words about it. I don't think we should dwell on it, but why I picked it is because it has very interesting visuals, and it shows a very interesting approach to the packaging design ideas. And well, like you said, the marketing approach is gonna be changing soon. The design approach is gonna be changing as well, concerning, given the fact that we're staying at home. And this is why a lot of these designs, well, in my personal opinion, do reflect this shift. And actually, all of these projects look quite cute to me. These designers sort of reinvented the packaging for really common things like water bottles, or I don't know, lipstick packaging, like packaging boxes and stuff like that. And so these look very, very cool, and I suggest that you should take a look at it because it sort of looks very nice, and you can get inspired by the color combinations, by the fonts, and by the layouts. And so this is a kind of an inspirational article that I picked to show to our viewers. So that's basically it.
Okay, a couple words. I'll be really brief, I promise. First,
Okay.
the thing that I liked, the first thing that I liked about this article, about this showcase, let's call it that way, is the quote. Maybe this is the quote from the author herself, but she said, "Packaging is one of the most complex fields of design, as behind the bright wrapping, a huge psychological aspect is hidden," which is true, and which is very exciting about the packaging design, because, well, some could argue that it's similar to maybe like a website design or a banner that you are putting as your advertising campaign or something. But this requires unique approach, because yes, I do agree that it's kind of similar. Okay, I got a notification here. This is kind of similar to what we see on a website. We can kind of put together a sort of an impression and emotions that we experience when we look at the website, and we kind of create the impression of the brand, right? Once we look at the packaging, we can see what kind of brand this is, what kind of values this brand holds, what kind of, even who this brand is for, right? If it's a premium brand,
the target audience.
Yeah, if it's a premium brand, so meaning the price will be higher, meaning the packaging will look a lot more fancy. Like they often use, sans serif fonts. No, serif fonts. Also, like sort of something golden. There will be always something golden on the premium packaging. It will be more minimalistic. It will just look a little fancier. And also there is the packaging can tell you a lot of things, really a lot of things. I will not be expanding on this because this is not sort of a tutorial or explainer video about packaging, but this is going to help me deliver my point here, because what I've noticed about all of these packaging designs that are presented here in this article is that they're all, we're just quickly going to look through them, like most of these, especially at the very top of the article, the very first items, and also further down first, almost all of them feature illustration, and not simply like digital illustration that looks too digital, but of course this illustration has been crafted in some software and so on, but it doesn't look like it's digital. It looks authentic. It looks like you could, like you could touch it and experience the material. It's sort of like it looks like a lot of these illustrations look like watercolor, like pencil, like ink drawing. Some of these packaging designs also look like they have been put on like sort of craft paper. You know what I mean? That thing. How do you call it properly? You got this, like this brownish cardboard thing. How to explain this? The very textured kind of paper. It's very textured.
Canvas? No, not a canvas, I guess.
Not really. Okay, it doesn't really matter. But it's very textured. You could see the texture on the paper. Also, a lot of these elements remind me of, fine arts. Like when you cut things out, when you paint with brushes, when you this here is obviously, like brush painting, like brush strokes all over, that kind of thing. So these do not look like digital art. This look like fine art. This look like very authentic art created with physical materials. Here, this craft paper. I am going to get to know how this thing is called. I mean, no, it's nothing inside in the text. Anyway, this is something that I've noticed that all of these designs have in common, which we could kind of make the conclusion that, all right, if we're trying to judge the trends in the if we're trying to judge what trends are emerging in packaging design recently, then we could make a conclusion that it sort of deviates towards more authentic and more homemade feeling. This is the word I was looking for. Something homemade, right? Brush strokes, these illustrations, this like made with colored
DIY
pencils.
something.
Yeah, sort of this DIY feel, like you could have created this yourself. This is why it creates this feeling like it was homemade, like it's closer to home, since we now tend to spend a lot more time at home. Yeah, at least some people. Then probably it hits close to home. Yeah. A pun. Okay, never mind. But
are we going on?
We are, and sorry, I mean, just
you told me to stop you when you start ranting, so now I'm trying to do that politely.
Well, you could do it not politely. You could just say that, shut the hell up, dude. Let's go on.
I'm getting fired if I do that on a live stream, so no.
Why do you think so? I wouldn't fire you, like, but I'm not your boss.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
I'm not.
That's the issue, I guess. Okay. So I think that we should go on with the page review, and this is the tool of the week.
Yeah.
And what's good about it is that actually it says, like what the landing says, is that it makes easier to get clear contextual feedback for your website. And there's actually like a demonstration, a little bit of demonstration to show what it does and how it works. So basically, I believe this is a sort of notepad, if it's correct to say so, but you can get like more functionality with it, and you can comment on specific parts and bits of a website if you need to. For instance, if you have a project with a designer and if you work remotely and you want to make some amends to the design, then probably this is how it works. Well, that's how it looks for me. And what I also see here is that you can actually get it for free for 2 users and 1 workspace and 10 comments per workspace. So you can actually try how it works for yourself, or you can get a standard subscription, which starts at $30 a month, and here you can have more than 2 users, more than 1 workspace, and unlimited amount of comments.
Surprising. I thought that it would have the same package as the free one. Surprising that it doesn't. Okay, never mind. Thank you for that introduction. And I have to say, one little thing that I've noticed about this app is that what it does, it also allows you to add to make some modifications to the CSS code of the page, which is super cool. So let's say you don't like the amount of padding you have here, you don't like the color of the icon you have here, you don't like the hover animation. I don't know if you can edit the hover. I don't know if you can edit the hover animations. God, what happening? I don't know if you can edit the hover animations, but you could at least comment on it that animation is atrocious. Please delete it. Still, I do think that it's pretty cool, especially for I do not think it is for someone who does like quality assurance or something. They have their own tools which they're pretty comfortable using, I believe. But this is something that you have said. This is like, I think this is the perfect description for someone who wants to give someone like a client or someone like a team, maybe sometimes you as a freelancer or as a web studio or whatever, you kind of submit your draft to the client, and sometimes there's not only one person who makes the decision, but there's an entire group of people, and then this is challenging because everyone has their own opinion, and then they put together a huge Google document with all of their comments, with the screenshots, with the links, with their suggestions and that kind of thing. Here it seems like this is awesome. Like they have grabbed that Google Doc with all the comments, everything, and they put it right on your website, and you can view it and you can see what exact place, what exact part of the website they're pointing at and what they mean, and they can illustrate it super quick. And as far as I can tell, this is very comfortable to reply to the comments, to communicate with the people who have left the comments. So super cool. This is super awesome. And I do think you should check this out, especially, you know, especially they have this. I think it's very comfortable. If you all you have to do, install the extension, because once it's an extension, and I was like certain they was the right word, but it wasn't. This is super comfortable. Just install the extension, log in with your account, and you can use it on the website. Super cool.
Yeah,
really loving it. Thank you for this suggestion. And next week I'm picking the tool of the week, because I have a couple on my list that I would love to share. So my tools are coming next week. Now, the artist of the week, which I picked for this live stream, for this week's live stream, was, finally, because we're kind of tired from your naked women on the live stream every single week. Sorry. So, as you've noticed, lately we've been picking mainly illustrators. So, you know, I thought we could keep on with this tendency, at least for this week's live stream. And next week we're going to find something more like UX, UI, web design related. I really hope so. We're going to find someone really cool, but this week, again, illustrator, but not very like traditional kind of illustrator. This guy is a super cool creative designer who does a lot of things, mainly 3D. And when he does 2D stuff, it looks super awesome. It looks like nothing you've seen before. The style is very unique and very interesting. One of his latest projects involved like very, very big clients like Instagram, Google, Huawei, if that's the right pronunciation. Also Adobe, here they are. Well, this looks super cool, super creative and interesting, and this all is on top of all of the just got a notification, gotta turn them all off, sorry. This all is on top of all of the latest trends. You know, if you notice, colors, 3D, this very special kind of lighting, where things look very bright and very colorful. Yeah, when you work in 3D, you gotta light things properly, because it doesn't matter if you model a beautiful 3D model, but if you do not light it properly, then it's not gonna look as good as it could have. This is why props to him for the lighting work. This is all awesome, really loving it, all of his stuff, and you can check this out. The link to Leo is in the description, right? In the description. And in the description. Check out his work up close. This is very high quality, especially like this animation. How did he do this? Wow. So this kind of stuff has been very trendy recently, right? The colors, 3D, as I have said, and it seems like this guy is a favorite designer of some of these brands, because you can see their very big names on here. So if you're interested in 3D, also you're interested in very eye-catchy, bold style, also New York Times. Look at that, Disney. I don't know if it was a concept, but Instagram was the real one, Adobe was the real one. I've seen it featured. So I really, maybe some of these down below maybe are concepts, but I do know that some of these are the real projects for these real clients, because I've seen them featured on their own accounts, on their own pages online. So seems like they know where to go. They need something 3D and something colorful. Super cool if you're interested in that kind of thing, or if you're looking into putting some 3D on your website. You could check him out and see how this is done, so you can try and implement it yourself on your own website, because I believe to afford hiring this guy, you will need a lot of money, which he deserves. The work absolutely. All right. I believe we're done. I'm done talking, and it has been 34 minutes. Wow. Are we kind of? Is this better than was the last time?
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. It's better, but we should finish off with our traditional ending of a live stream to tell everyone. Well, to tell everyone that we're working for TemplateMonster Marketplace,
Oh, I
and that
forgot.
we're
Sorry.
here to, yeah. We actually wanted to remind you that we have really exciting updates on our marketplace, and we have new product categories and a lot of other updates to our old categories, that existing categories. And so we strongly recommend that you should take a closer look, because we have stock audio, stock video, After
Wait,
Effects, template.
wait,
Um,
wait. Give me a second. I'm trying to open the website to show it to people. I forgot that now we gotta we gotta boast about our new updated website, about all the new categories. Sorry I interrupted you. Keep going.
No problem. So actually, we've had like over the past month, in June, we had stock audio, stock video. We also updated our After Effects templates, different video templates for different software that involves video and like video editing and stuff like that. And also we have updated illustrations. If you haven't seen our vector illustrations yet, then go and check them out. And also we're going to update our payment policies for authors pretty soon. They're going live, and you will learn about that on the TemplateMonster blog, Monster post. And in our next live stream, we're going to go a bit into the detail about the commissions and how you can benefit from becoming an author on TemplateMonster Marketplace. So I strongly recommend that you join us next time, and we'll talk about that. If you're interested in earning extra money by posting your products, your graphics resources, or templates on our marketplace, and we'll tell you where you can learn more about the conditions and how to submit your products. And so, yeah, just go and check out TemplateMonster Marketplace, because we're having a lot of things going on there, and we're having updates all the time, and we're keeping you informed on our live streams in our blog, and in our all social media that we have, like Facebook, Instagram. So check us out.
Yep. Well, that's pretty much it then. Um, Also, you forgot to mention that now we have a totally rebooted filtering system. Filters? This huge
Filters,
sidebar on the left. A lot of categories, a lot of ways to filter the content that you see right here. Because there's a lot of products, like in PowerPoint templates category alone, we have 5,000 items. This is why, filter would come in handy. So please check them out. Please check please check out the website. Yeah, there's been too much talking, sorry. That's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining in, and don't forget that we are going live every single week, pretty much at the same time. Like, it's there will be an announcement. We'll announce these streams every time, like a couple of days in advance, so you can get ready and be prepared. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Right? Take care. Have a good week.
Yeah, right.
Bye.
Yeah.
How to turn this off? I lost it. Yeah.